Hello and welcome, my Virgo friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be my group monthly forecast for my Virgo friends. Today we're going to explore what you can expect for the month of January. We're going to go into those obstacles, of course, but what's more, we're going to go into ways that you can overcome those obstacles and some blessings that we can embrace throughout the month. The decks I'm using for this reading, I'm going to be using the Crystal Visions Tarot with the Dragon Oracle. Like always, there are links below to these fantastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Alright, my Virgo friends, let's see what the cards have to say. What can my Virgo friends expect for the month of January? It's a fantastic card. The Earth and Air Dragon represents a perfect balance between heaven and earth. It talks about that real importance that we're going to have in connecting in with that universal knowledge and wisdom and guidance, and balancing that out with that everyday aspect of our physical realm, because we've got work on both areas and we need to balance out our time and energy. Really thinking the temperance here. That Earth and Air Dragon really reminds me of that, especially actually in this deck, because I believe that the Temperance has lots of bubbles, and he's got lots of bubbles with him too. And those bubbles are really that wisdom from the universe. Let's look at the January a little bit more. What card represents January for my Virgo friends? Okay, so the first card to hit the table, the Page of Swords. That inquisitive mind is going to be key. Keeping an open mind and really looking at things from that childlike, inquisitive mind. The whys, the wheres. Allow your inner child loose. Get that toddler questioning going. As crazy as all those incessant questioning and repeated questioning occur, you're going to find deeper knowledge and a better understanding and the ability to ground yourself within yourself a lot more. The Eight of Wands. Eights are about movement and manifestation. That wand, that inner solar plexus fire, determination and passion. The Eight of Wands, it's not usually a herd of unicorns, it's usually 8 wands descending from the heavens to you. Really reminds me of these bubbles where we're looking at universal information that we need to put into action and get going on. The Page of Swords will help kind of find and determine them, help kind of pop those bubbles, while the Earth and Air Dragon is going to help keep you grounded. Oh, fantastic. And then finally, the last jumper, the Sun. This really brings that warmth, joy, and universal love to January for you. That's why we have the Earth and Air Dragon. You're going to, with the Sun's help, be able to work in both areas and not feel burnt out. You're going to have that real connection into that universal, unconditional love energy that is infinite. We don't get burnt out when we start channeling that down. Let's look at the month itself. What does the beginning of January hold for my Virgo friends? We're starting off with the Ace of Wands. Literally, we're January 1, we're lighting that match and we're going to harness that energy of the 8 and really get things going. Don't be surprised that you don't have an abundance of ideas and thoughts and desires on moving forward. I would really spend time reflecting in, journaling them down, because you're like the herd, it's going to be crazy. You need to make sure you've receive all of it. It's called a download, where we gain information, and sometimes it does feel like a herd of horses going through your head, where you're downloading all this information super fast. Having a pen and paper, or even better, put the microphone on in your phone and just start babbling, because it's gonna come in, and some of it you may find really kind of incoherent and weird, but to listen to it again and going back, your brain, and with the help of your guides and guardian, you can start to fill in those holes. It's similar to one of those crossword puzzles where you're missing, parts of the word, parts and pieces. We can fill that in. But that beginning of January really gives you that onslaught of creative ideas and passions. Let's go on to the middle of the month. What does the middle of the month bring my Virgo friends? Okay, we had a number of jumpers. The first one, the Magician. The Magician is actually the lightning rod of that universal energy. The original card that Pamela Coleman Smith drew, he's in a stance where he's got holding his wand up with his right hand, and then with his left he's drawing it down, and he's directing it towards the earth. And that's really what we're looking at, is drawing down that universal energy, that universal wisdom. That earth-air balance is going to be brought in the middle of the month, because the Magician uses all his skills and abilities with those everyday items to create magic. Drawing down that universal energy so that we're not burning out, goes back into the sun, and then we're also gaining that knowledge and wisdom through the universe, plus the added bonus of the healing. When we're drawing down that universal energy, not only do we get wisdom and guidance, we get healing on top of it. The Knight of Wands jumped with him. The Knight of Wands helps to really give us that courage and determination to not be afraid. This is new. This is transformational. This is energy that really aggravates our ego. And our ego likes to play havoc with us. It brings in those anxieties and worries that slow us down. It even throws up past harder experiences that have really kind of nailed us to the ground. The ego will do anything to keep us safe in that little box that's created and not move. Just stay put. And we all know people that stayed put, and they don't feel fulfilled with their lives. They may financially achieve quite a bit, but they're workhorses. They're minions. They go to work, they come home. They go to work, they come home. That's what the ego offers us. The Knight helps us challenge that belief, having that courage and determination to really give that passion and fire to the Magician. The middle of the month is really going to bring you guys some amazing things. We've got the Queen of Cups. There's only one more card in the deck that's more intuitive than that lady, and that's the High Priestess. You're looking at a time where the Magician is connecting into that intuitional information and letting you go. Again, that pen and paper or kind of dictaphone app is going to be very important, because you're going to again get a lot of information. Some of it is going to be for the here and now, and some of it's going to be for later in this year, later in the decade. There's going to be a lot of stuff. There's going to be lots of shifting. You're building a foundation for this next year, and what's more, for this next decade. Something is shifting, something big, and they're not entirely sure what it is. I keep hearing that there's going to be an amazing step forward or vibrational shift in the early 2030s, and that it's something that we have to build that very clear foundation and structure so that we have that stable foundation to really ascend from. Okay. Going to the last part of the month. What does the latter part of January look like for my Virgo friends? The Three of Wands. You can see the path in there, and your path will become clear. You're going to have a very clear idea of how to move forward, what you want to do next. That intuition and skills and healing that you're going to do in the middle of the month is really going to clear out that path and give you an idea of not only what to expect for this next year, but like I said, this next decade. 2020 is kind of a foundational year. I'm getting a lot that what we're going to be working on is strengthening those foundational skills so that we're able to really embrace what is to come. Let's look at a blessing. What blessing can my Virgo friends embrace the beginning of January? The air and fire dragon expands your creative energies. He's going to take the Ace of Wands and ignite that bad boy. Like I said, pen and paper, dictaphone, you're going to need it because your solar plexus and your sacral are going to ignite. And you're going to find that you have more ideas, more creativity, and not enough time. We're going to be like, what do you mean there's only 24 hours in a day? I have so much to do. Writing them down so that you don't forget them will be key. All right, let's go into the middle of the month. And that air piece is really important. You have the earth air dragon, then the air fire dragon. Now, the air gives you, or the earth gives you that stability. The air gives you the knowledge piece. The fire that the dragon brings helps clear out those cobwebs. Anytime you have a dragon that has fire, lava, or some sort of heat source, you're looking at a cleansing. They come in and blast it. And that's what this guy's going to do. All those low vibrational energies that have kind of been hiding in recesses of our creative self, our sacral, and in our solar plexus, he's going to blast through it so that that universal loving energy, that sun, can be replacing it. So you do have that creative boost. Let's look at the middle of the month. What blessing can my Virgo friends embrace in the middle of the month? The orange gold dragon opens you to knowledge from the new golden age. This card really reminds me of the hermit with his staff. But what the orange golden dragon really will do will help give you that knowledge and pieces that we have yet to remember, and pieces and aspects that we didn't even think to bring with us. We all signed up for this incarnation. We chose skills and abilities that we thought were going to be important. Some of us probably worked with our guardian angel. Some of us didn't. We worked with the astral family. Some of us didn't. It was really a determination on who we had as that support. The orange gold dragon will also help us remember and bring in skills and abilities that we didn't realize we're going to need. Really opens us up to that knowledge piece so that we have, again, a clear path to hold to. All right, let's go on to the end of the month. What blessing can my Virgo friends embrace at the end of January? The deep blue dragon keeps you safe by clearing your path. This, a lot of the deep blue dragons, there's a number of them, they work closely with Archangel Michael. They help with that protection piece and help kind of clear your path from those obstacles that you really they're just kind of nuisance obstacles, if you will. So that deep blue dragon will really help you. And you can call on any of these dragons. Now, dragons themselves are not omnipresent like archangels. They're high vibrational beings, which also leads me to tell you that they're not animals. A lot of people believe them to be animals and have them in their totem, their their animal totem or them as their spirit animal or their power animal. You can have them as a spirit guide. Most of us, well, actually I don't think any of us haven't been adopted by a dragon. We do have a spirit dragon that supports us, similar to a spirit guide. They are not animals, they are high vibrational beings. They're in an animal or beast form. However, they're not on the same level as what a wolf is. A wolf is an animal that runs this plane. High vibrational dragon is so much more. It's like saying an angel is a bird. So it's not really their pet peeve. It's just one of those things they shake their head at. For me, it's more of okay, this is an education moment. I call them learning moments, right? Those teachable moments where we can talk about it. So they're high vibrational beings. You can call on them at any time. Now, I know some of you, and I have them too, little statues and figures of dragons, you can still use them the same way you use figures and statues of angels. You can pay homage to them and you can thank them in that gratitude. Don't lessen them by saying, oh, they're my power animal. No, you're calling on their energy just like you would call on, say, Archangel Michael's energy. So you can call on them at any time. And these are groups of dragons, a family of dragons, if you will. There is more than one air and fire dragon. There's more than one deep blue dragon. There aren't infinite amounts of them. There's large amounts of them. So many people can call on them to help you out, and they can come in. So if yourself and the guy down the street, the pizza delivery guy, the Chinese food guy, they all call on the same type of dragon, a dragon from that group will come. Not the same dragon, not unless they've got timing. So we do have the ability to call them on. And so don't fear, oh, well, it's not really that important. There are dragons that are just waiting to be asked, because they're high vibrational beings. They're bound by the universal law, and we have free will. We have to ask them to come in. So ask them. They're amazing. Their energies are fantastic. And I've just been told, and I just noticed I haven't done the obstacles, so I'm going to backtrack just a little bit here. What is the main obstacle that my Virgo friends are going to have to face in January? Other than me forgetting that we had to go over them. They're hitting the floor. And that's the Ten of Cups. That family dynamics, requests, thoughts, plans that they have for you. Our family has expectations, they have needs, they have wants and desires. It's going to be a balancing act on working on some of this amazing energy that January is going to offer us. However, our family is going to be important as well. We do need to balance that out. This can be our birth family, or what we call our central family, or also close friends that we've kind of adopted in and consider family. All right, let's look at the beginning of the month. What challenges will my Virgo friends face at the beginning of January? And that's the Knight of Cups. Knights are that no fear energy, like I said. The Knight of Cups is about intuition and emotion. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to really connect with certain parts of what is going to be downloaded, and you're going to want to go off and work on them right away. Some of them you may not resonate with just yet. A download, especially of this magnitude, we're looking at aspects that you have to do later on. We're looking at kind of like a 10-year plan, if you will. So some of it you're really going to resonate with, other you're going to go, why would I want to do that? That's stupid. Write it all down and keep it in a space that you're going to be able to reflect on in years to come. Focusing in and really embracing that knowledge, and then adding in that creative aspect. Going through and prioritizing it, connecting into your supports. And it can be your physical family. It can also be your astral family or your high vibrational supports. That connection in will help to really prioritize what you need to do in the here and now. We do also have double knights. Knights are the 12th card in the minor arcana. So when you're looking at that double 12, the angels are telling you that this is a time of spiritual growth and awakening. And you have your ability to manifest your dreams. All right, let's go into the middle of the month. What obstacle will my Virgo friends face in the middle of January? The Two of Cups. This is known as the Lesser Lovers. The reason it's called the Lesser Lovers is that we've got the everyday aspect, embodiment of the major arcana of the Lovers. So that relationship and intimate connection pieces are going to really come up. Connects into your family, don't get me wrong, because your family can and does usually incorporate that person. However, their demands and needs are really going to be high, especially in a time when you've got the Queen of Cups coming in. You've got to remember your vibration is going to shift high in the middle of the month. So you're going to be very attractive to other people. If you are not in a relationship, do not be surprised if people start coming up to you, start kind of wooing you, if you will, because your vibration is going to be high. So that's going to be an obstacle. People are going to be a bit of a challenge because they're going to be important people. And we do need to really, again, that balancing piece. We already said we're going to have to balance out the heavens and the earth. Really reflecting into those relationships. What's in your best interest? And is it something that's going to benefit you? And will it be positive? And we'll head off to the end of the month. What challenges will my Virgo friends face at the end of January? The World, the 21st card in the major arcana, and it talks about that next stage, that next big step. And that's going to scare the crap out of us because we have this very clear path and woohoo, we have answers. We know where we're going. And oh my God, that's scary. Holy cow, can I do this? That self-doubt is going to run rampant. And really, that's why we have that blue gold dragon. He's going to help clear that path. He's going to help protect us. Even though I got the order that I usually do the reading in wrong, the dragons already knew which one was coming out in which direction and knew exactly how they were going to support us, even though we ourselves did not know what the challenge was. How I love my dragons. And I say my dragons, they claim us, we don't claim them. Let's look at supports and guidance. What further guidance and support can we offer my Virgo friends? I'm not sure if that's coming in camera, but that's a good card to have. You've got a lot of fire here. You've got a lot of that inner solar plexus fire. So what hit the table first? The King of Wands. And I said, bubbles. Bubbles are going to be important. The King of Wands, kings are that fully developed personality. Wands, that inner passion and fire. The King of Wands is going to help give you that courage and really ignite that solar plexus fire. He too receives that guidance for his creativity and his passions, because again, we've got that passion-orientated knight. So he's a fantastic card as a support. Some of you may see, like I said, the Two of Cups is going to come in. Some of you may see the King of Wands actually in an embodiment of somebody who could possibly come in as a relationship piece. The Five of Swords. The Five of Swords. Fives are always that conflictual energy. The Five of Swords really talks about kind of having no true winner. Conflicts happen and people shoot from the hip. They don't critically think. They follow that emotional gut response of, no, I'm right. And really push people's buttons, causing the conflict to escalate. What's being asked of you is to take that step back, to critically think. Sometimes taking the only winner that is there is the individual who takes the high road. And it's hard to see. She's got two swords sticking out of her back. She actually may be the winner because she's taking the high road. We don't know. We don't really know that full story when we look at the picture. But the Five of Swords talks about that conflict and that need to really be that person that may need to walk away or may need to just put up that protective barrier and say, sure. Calling in our deep blue dragon and saying, clear this energy, please. Because people have crap to spew, and sometimes you're the target. You may not be a target that they had in mind, but you may be the only person they can spill out on. Especially when we have the Ten of Cups on its side as an obstacle, this can be family members. So taking that high road and really just taking that step back. And finally, I love this card, the Star. The 17th card in the Major Arcana are hopes and dreams. Keep your eye on the prize, my Virgo friends. Making sure that not only do we focus in on those hopes and dreams, and let's be honest, those hopes and dreams are going to be pretty clear at the end of the month, but keeping ourselves balanced. Going back to that Earth Air Dragon. 1 foot on the air, 1 foot in the water. You spend your energies in the water and on the earth. That balance and energy flow will be essential for January. All right, wrong deck. Need this one. Send off on a blessing. What blessing can we offer my Virgo friends for the month of January? We have cards that are just flipping right. Seriously? How many more do we need? Are we good? I love it when they flip around and they stay on the table. I usually ask if we have something like the dragons or the angels that they don't throw my cards under the table, down the hallway, under the equipment. I have parameters. I should have like a little like zone where they can throw their cards to. All right, the first one, the Black Dragon, brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. And it's going to be that discipline that's going to help us. It'll help us rein in that night, and it'll help us really get that clear determination on where it is we want to go and how we want to go forward. She's gorgeous. The white gold dragon connects you to that high vibration, that high universal energy, also known as Christ light. Some people are really drawn off by the word Christ light. It's that unconditional universal energy. And what the white gold dragon really brings you is that light and love from the sun. That universal unconditional energy that will help heal and guide you. All right, and then we're getting through the pile. The Earth and Fire Dragon. This is the second Earth Dragon we've had. Works with you to clear the 5th dimensional ley lines. Now we hear about ley lines in scientific conversation. I've said this in past videos. Science is finally catching up to the woo-woo on what we've known and been practicing for years. Eventually they'll catch up to us. We'll be light years ahead of them again, but they're slowly catching up. Those ley lines are not constrained to Earth. They extend through this universe and through different dimensions. The Earth and Fire Dragon, and fire, any of the fire dragons, like I said, will clear stuff out. And that Earth and Fire Dragon will help really transmute that energy and clear stuff out for you. And finally, the Pure White Dragon transforms your ascension knowledge into pure wisdom. The amount of knowledge and guidance that you're going to get in January is going to be extensive. That's why I kept saying, pen and paper, having your phone handy. You need to keep a very clear journal or documentation of what you're going to download and kind of understand in the first part of January, because this wisdom and knowledge is going to really take you forward. And the white dragon and the black dragon, and we've got the yin and yang, and they're both on the the poles here, are going to really support you in taking those next steps in transformation, but also starting to really build that platform and structure and stability that we need to go forward. I want to thank you so much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed the video and that you're able to gain some insight and direction into what January holds for you and what energies that you can embrace and the blessings that are available to you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. If you've seen my past videos, you know I'm just not a tarot reader. I'm much more than that. I've been adding in a lot more healing and connection into these high vibrational beings. And the direction I'm getting from these videos is that I need to do some teaching on these high vibrational beings so people have a better understanding of what they're calling in. So really, you never know where I'm gonna go next. The best way to stay connected is through subscribing to the channel and hitting that little red bell so you know when those videos come out, so you can get the guidance and healing that you're looking for. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings with myself. I've provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Virgo friends.